Place the PCB42A on the 4 highlighted pivots on the chassis rear reinforcement 24A. Carefully secure the PCB42A to the chassis with 4 GP screws. Check that all wires have their identification labels. Then connect the speaker wire J41C. The on/OFF switch wire K41D. And the battery compartment wire L41F to the connectors marked with the corresponding letters on the PCB42A. Connect the passenger compartment light wire A42D to connector A on the PCB. Then connect the dashboard light wire B42B to connector B on the PCB. Finally connect the engine compartment light wire D42C to connector D on the PCB. To start the front left turn signal wire C43C to connector C on the PCB42A. Connect the low beam wire E43A to connector E on the PCB42A. Connect the high beam wire F43B to connector F on the PCB42A. Connect the front fog lights wire G43E to connector G on the PCB42A. Finish the assembly by connecting the front right turn signal wire H43D to connector H on the PCB42A. To start, connect the wire Q and the 3 trunk light wires 44E to the small PCB board. Matching the numbers and letters marked on the board with the labels on wires Q1, 2, and 3. Connect the free end of the trunk light wire Q44E to connector Q on the PCB42A. Next, connect the license plate light wire R44G to connector R. Continue the assembly by connecting the rear left turn signal wire M44B to connector M on the PCB42A. Then connect the reverse light wire O44F to the O connector. Connect the brake lights wire P44D to connector P on the PCB42A. Connect the third brake light wire I44A to connector I on the PCB42A. Finally, connect the rear right turn signal wire N44C to connector N.